Hey, we're back. We're live again. It's Tuesday again already, mate. It comes around so quickly, doesn't it? It's mental.
Exactly. It feels so quick this last week. I don't know where it's gone. I think it's because it's the week before we go back to school. And that's always usually the quickest week of the year. That and Christmas week.
You're right, actually. The last bit of summer holiday, the school's starting in September. It's a lot going on. We had a bank holiday yesterday, which means we're already catching up on the week for some of us. Yeah. See Mary straight in saying good morning. Good morning to you, Mary.
Hey,
hello,
Teresa.
California girls.
Hey,
oh, we got all of the girls showing up straight away. Loving it. Thank you so much for joining us. If you didn't see last week, we did a special episode with Henry on Wednesday where we watched a world premiere, and that was so awesome to see, wasn't it, mate? Because the day before that, we watched all of these XPRIZE entries that we'd hand-selected, and we didn't know the top 50 at that point, but so many of them were actually picked for the top 50, so huge congrats to those. I think 10 of the 14 that we showed last week were legitimately put in the top 50, which is crazy, considering there were 2,500 entries. So yeah, that was major, but then we were lacking animation, and then Henry came through with the sickest animation I've ever seen to date. So that was a really nice week of stuff that we got through last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and if you didn't see last week's, not just the live show, but the creative session as well, check us out on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel and it will be there for you to watch again.
Exactly right. And
how's your week been?
It's been hectic, mate. Since the show's finished, we were just trying to get through all this new client work that we've got. Again, I told you last time, we thought August was going to be, summer holidays, everyone's away, chilling, it's going to be a downtime weekend for car holidays. Little did we know, Seedance 2.5 was going to drop. All clients went crazy and started booking projects that we hadn't even, it just went all up in the air, and we were just like, right, we're just gonna have to do it. But Paul's got a holiday coming up next week, which is very well deserved after hard work in this month, but it's paying off. What about you? What have you been up to since Wednesday?
Good. My son and partner, they're away at the moment, so I'm just been chilling, just me and the dog and the 3 cats.
How lucky are you?
So I'm just catching up on stuff. Just this is my holiday, so just catching up on stuff, living life. They're back on Friday, so I'll go back to pretty much regular scheduled programming starts. It's next week, Monday or Tuesday, when Dylan goes back to school. That's when everything gets back. So
of course,
this is the last week.
How cool that they're able to travel and you're able to stay and all of that, and it feels like the end of a summer, doesn't it? It feels like there's something starting again, even though it's same with my son.
This is one of my saddest times of the year, when summer ends. Our birthdays are coming up, so if you didn't know, our birthdays are, I think they're 4 days apart. You're the 8th, right?
We are.
I'm the 4th of October. Chris is the 8th of October. So at the end of summer, it's always kind of thinking, our birthdays are coming up.
Yeah, that's true. And in Spain, you'll have a lot longer. It's already raining here. It's been raining the last 3 days, mate, like tipping it down too. Like, it doesn't feel like summer anymore. I'm back in the hoodie. It's instantly like autumn already.
No. Here you can see he's got a t-shirt here. I've got shorts on like here. I'm wearing shorts. It's not sunny, but it is still 30.
Oh, it's 30 still.
yeah.
Mate, that is red hot. We have we're nowhere near that. It'd be lucky to be 13 right now. It's crazy.
No.
So
I've got my fan on my desk as well. So
loving it. Great to see Megan back with us. Had a weekend of chaos as well. Been crazy for all the right reasons, which is very good news to hear.
Can elaborate there, Megan?
Yes, last time we heard from you were doing world models and building stuff and, exciting stuff. So great to see you back.
Yes, Mary. Saw the video about potentially having an AI boss. Yes, I posted that earlier on today. I'm going to be doing that pretty much every day now. If you don't know Chris, so what happened is that I post, what I'm going to be doing starting from today is posting loads of frequently asked questions I get for my training sessions, but I always answer them in training. So I'm like, might as well answer them here in the video. So I've got easily a good few thousand already. So I could doing it every day is not an issue for me. So yeah, today's one was about imagine having an AI boss. Do you think that is going to be the future? Your boss is going to be AI.
I think we talked in private about you taking a little bit of a break from social media and how healthy that was, right? And to come back with a game plan like this of daily posting based on what you're already doing sounds great, mate. Honestly, sounds very healthy, very sort of like, you know, you're already doing this, uploading it, giving the same value, but to more people. You know, it's a really smart way to come back to social media like that. So
appreciate that.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, it looks like Megan's only a few days away from both of us, mate.
Yeah, so it's like 4th, the 8th, the 12th. Anyone here on the 16th or the 1st
exactly.
of October?
We got to complete the fours. Well, actually, I did say it was the XPRIZE takeover today, but I did actually have some news that's just part of the regular show that I wanted to get around to, because we're 5-6 minutes into the show now, and I realized we've got a load more XPRIZE things to watch, but I also want to cover off some news. So things that you may have missed, but I think are going to be big. Runway actually announced that they've been working on a world model, but haven't released anything yet. And we saw a little bit of a glimpse of a video teaser trailer about what this actual model has been cooking for all this time is. You know, my big prediction for this year was world models are going to really next level change things. And we'll be talking to Blacklight tomorrow about world model building, because uniquely he's got a lot of experience in this area. But this is Runway's world model, and it's called Solaris. And they're basically saying that it's a completely new type of operating system that essentially generates interactive interfaces frame by frame. So in real time, there's no code, there's no gaming engine, you know, kind of like what we said about GTA 6 being the last game of its kind. Yeah. This feels like the start of the new platform to build the next thing, right? So it outperforms other frontier LLMs with generating new interfaces across structural similarities and information retention. And we've got this short teaser video to watch about it, so let's watch it.
Every piece of software has predetermined what we could do with it. But what if software could generate itself as you interact with it? Introducing Solaris, the first interface world model. Solaris is built to understand interaction and to run in real time. It generates the interface itself, frame by frame, as you use it. No code underneath, no layout to translate. The image is the application. It treats your clicks and drags the way our video models treat words, not as commands to look up, but as a signal for what to generate next. Nothing about it is decided in advance, so nothing about it has to stay the same. Light shifts, objects respond, the scene answers to your intentions. It becomes whatever you ask of it, and no two interactions are ever the same. Solaris isn't just changing how humans experience interfaces. It's unlocking new ways for agents to learn them too. The need for fixed, hard-coded, and pre-rendered operating systems and surfaces are soon to be a thing of the past. Solaris, interfaces that are generated, not coded.
Really interesting, huh? And honestly, this is a totally different world model take to what I've seen others doing. So I think that the world model is going to be interpretive, you know, like what type of world models that you're building. This one's clearly a generative interface model with no code behind it. So it's like it said, you know, moving around things in images. Really nice examples by Runway here of exactly what they expect to give away as someone building a world within their world model ecosphere. So whereabouts these live is the next thing I'm interested in. You know, are there going to be like a Runway place to discover worlds, or will you have to basically find your own audience for these worlds? And will they be browser based? And where exactly do you launch these things for people to have these experiences? You know, who knows where that's going to be exactly. But fascinating, isn't it?
To be honest, this is like starting to go way above my like pay grade. Like I don't even understand it. It's one of those, I have to literally see it or physically do it to kind of get that full understanding. But talking of world models, did you see the GTA gameplay on Netflix yet?
Oh, I have to see that. No, I've seen a lot of the leaked stuff on YouTube everywhere, which is very
it's on
scary.
Netflix. This is very smart. They released half an hour of it on Netflix.
Awesome.
But it's the actual gameplay. They must do, or they've paid for like an ad. But
yep,
you know, I literally just like take my money. I need to buy a PlayStation 5 now because I'm thinking it's going to be sold out. So I need to buy a PlayStation 5,
mate.
You know, or speak to my contacts at PlayStation to see if they can.
I was going to say, you've actually worked there, haven't you? Like you've done stuff.
Yeah. One of my best.
I remember contacting you there. Yeah. Contacting you, and you were at PlayStation at the time. Telling them that you were there. That was awesome.
It's So definitely saw that. But this whole world building thing, whether it be Runway, whether it be GTA might have their own one, or they team up with someone. I'm sure Google's doing this, and Meta's going to be doing it, and Amazon's going to be doing it, and all the big boys are going to be doing it. So yeah, this might be the thing. You're creating your own worlds or living within this.
And it's funny that you mentioned Meta. Obviously, they rebranded their whole thing to be the metaverse, right? And that feels much more like it now, you know, like generative worlds and interfaces like this. I think the biggest thing that we're going to discover more tomorrow, because Blacklight, like I said, is one of the world's experts on these, because he's working with unique access to world models that others don't have, is basically the memory that they have. You know, like imagine that you dropped into a world that I built for you, and you scribbled something on a whiteboard. It said something, Andrew was here or something. You turn the camera 180 degrees so that you can no longer see that writing. You go explore the world for 5 minutes. You can come back and that will still be written perfectly as you wrote it. But if you go over that 5-10 minutes, it will have erased itself because it can't persist the memory. So it's like, that's the big breakthrough as far as I understand it. But again, I think Blacklight will tell us a lot more about that tomorrow. Some news that's a lot more on our sort of wavelength, because I agree, this is getting over my head as well, exactly what the hell these world models are. A very much more normal and a very much welcome update from Magnific is that they've launched a desktop app. And this is great news for everyone that prefers desktop app interfaces, you know, over the web browser sort of way to use it. It's much faster. I've been using it already. It's a very lightweight app as well. I appreciated that. It was only like 15 megs to download it for Apple Silicon, and it runs really lightweight on your desktop. And yeah, can't say, you know, better things about it, honestly. I think it's available on Windows as well, but you've just got to double check on Mac and OS and Windows users. But you can, essentially, the things it can do that you can't do through the browser are things like sync your folders, have native shortcuts. You can have tabs that remember local processing. There's always part of your process, you know, that's less friction on the desktop, basically, because it can directly link to your desktop folders. And we have a short video just to watch about the launch of this. And thank you. Let's check it out.
Your best work is bigger than a browser. You're in the zone. Everything flows. Then, friction. Uploads, downloads, waiting. Your ideas got lost while the bar filled up. So we took Magnific out of the browser and put it on your desktop. Now your files and folders sync seamlessly. You have shortcuts, tabs, notifications, everything organized to keep you in the zone. Remove the friction with Magnific Desktop.
I was just saying, as I introduced the video, I was going to say thank you to Magnific for doing this. You know, it really does help us with, we use Spaces a lot, and we're being very thankful to be in their CPP access, and we use it a lot, you know, like, so to have a desktop version now and an MCP version via Claude and all the other ways to use this just makes it so much more usable in our tool stack. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to the team for spending the time to develop this, because it is something that a lot of users have requested. And we'd definitely be in that, you know, high up the list of things that Magnific could have done in order to improve our user experience. But yeah, fun little video that they put together as well, right? For this, like, just explain how it works, why it works.
And I just literally, while this was on, I went onto their website, and this guy here is still the face of click here to download the desktop
Oh,
app.
that's smart. Yeah, they did a
Yeah.
takeover live stream last week, I think, where I tuned in and they were explaining, you know, why the desktop app is better than the browser interface. So yeah, really, really cool to see their team like doing that. I think it was Sophia as well, and people that invited us to upscale. Really, really cool.
And
but yeah,
they
that's
do
a
have
much
it on
more on our
Windows.
right. They do have
It
it
is
on
on
Windows.
Windows,
Great to
yeah.
know. Much more on our wavelength, though, that update, eh? They're very easy to understand. Desktop app, great.
Yeah.
Great news. You know, like world models, how, where, when, what even are they? Like,
as Lara said, now we can call it Magnific. Exactly. That is a magnific thing that they done.
Smart. Nice one, Laura. You're competing with Mary for comment of the week already. Mary, where are you at? Where are
Mary's
you
like,
at?
hold my beer, watch. She's
Well, we are 15 minutes into the live show, and as I said, we are watching the second round of XPRIZE entries this week, and we've got a lot to watch, so I'm going to have to crack on through these today. As always, we're going to be doing the voting structure. Now, what we do know about these is that they're top 50. You know, we've had a round of 100, and then we've had a round of 50. I believe, if anyone knows anything else about the details, that there's a round of 20 next, and it will probably be this week.
Yeah, someone said in the chat,
sure.
actually, there is, top 65 right now, because many of the top 50 was suck. So, or stuck or sucked.
Compliance issues,
mission alignment, goal issues, and people started complaining about it.
Well,
they might have said, hey, this isn't, is it, no, what was it? It's meant to be, not Utopia.
Oh, yeah, Utopia, yeah.
Is it Utopia? It's meant to be, and it wasn't. It didn't feel that way.
Well, quite a few of them felt dystopic, you're right.
Yeah.
And I think even a few of the ones we're going to watch today have that feeling as well, honestly. So, you know, it is very hard, you know, to keep to the brief. But if they didn't meet the brief, then it is hard to keep them in the top 50, I suppose, you know, versus ones that did keep to the brief. Like, it's a tough one. And as I said, these are completely open. If you're watching, the last week's people were very gracious with their feedback. You know, even ones that were picked top 50 that we gave sort of 2s, honestly. Like Elliot's one, we said improvement, the way he could have improved it. He was very gracious about, you know, experimenting with like his LA-based studio and doing a hybrid thing and not knowing what was going on. We watched his behind the scenes where he was very transparent about that. So if you are watching and you're one of the creators, you know, please don't be offended by the feedback that us and the public will give you. We are really trying to help you, you know, to improve your overall creative and give you a sense of how we felt about it critically. You know, we're not trying to do anything to upset you in any way. And on that note, the first one is by Brian Paul, and I believe his entry was called DEMIURGOS. And the explanation I've got for this one is that a planetary architect wakes up 160 years late on a colony everybody had written off, and he rebuilds it with empathy as the tool. So let's check it out.
First, we survived. Then, we advanced. We built technology that transcended us, a world of abundance. Yet something was missing until we truly understood ourselves. Our need to be seen, loved, to create, to connect deeper with each other, to tap in beyond the physical, and to not forget who we are: sons, daughters, parents. We spent thousands of years learning how to build a better world, and now we build new worlds, in credit to the greatness of our DEMIURGOS. My dear boy, you will build great worlds.
$160 years late. This planet is in ruin. But how? What happened here?
This world failed.
We need to tap into the collective. Someone's controlling them. We have to find him.
Sometimes growth requires sacrifice, pain, even death.
We do not destroy. We create.
Well, kicking off the show with something completely different to ones we watched last week, and I'm imagining there's going to be a lot of variance, you know, in the ones that I picked this week as well. I'm going to go back to the sort of same categories that I was choosing from last week, you know, in terms of sound design, overall edit, like brief response and all of that. I like the concept, but I'm not completely Netflixed on, you know, like you, if I'd watched this, I wouldn't be straight away going, I want to watch that. So for me, that's a 2. The sound design was okay, but it felt a bit typical, you know, like in terms of like the same sort of like exact type of like build up that you'd expect from a trailer like this, you know, so it wasn't anything special. So again, I'd give it a 2. The character design and the overall colors, though, I really liked. And I think the editing and the pacing worked really well. Didn't feel too much like a trailer, but did as well, you know, like it gave away a bit too much maybe from what a trailer should do in terms of the overall what it is. But what's your feelings on this one? I should have said, by the way, the voting is now open. If you thought that was awesome, hit 1. If you thought that was okay, hit 2. If you thought that was not for me, hit 3.
I'm pretty much exactly what you said. I thought that I don't know, there was something missing and I can't put my finger on it. It just it looked, it stylistically looked well, it looked really good. You can tell that this person understands trailers. The sound was really good. Everything was just good. It wasn't like, wow, that was amazing. It was good. And that's how I looked at it. You're right. For me, I wouldn't be pressing that, but there was a couple of things that, like this bit here when you see the people just appear in the background. I like that. There was a couple of scenes that they'd done I thought was really nice. And also I'm sure they used Liam Neeson's voice at the end. That last person speaking, I was like, that sounds exactly like Liam Neeson. So
yeah, there were parts of this where I was like, you know, because like it is very clean and it is very cool, like Jimmy says, you know, but then as you said, it is just all good at this point, you know, we kind of expect it to be this good. And then you're looking for the thing that could rise above it, you know. It feels like the concept could have got to a 1 if they'd have really like nailed some of the things, you know, but it's a tough one, this one for me. And it looks like a lot of people are agreeing with us in that they thought this was around about a 2. Hard to know what to improve exactly. As I said, the soundtrack, it was good, but it felt a bit typical, you know. It didn't feel like unique to this piece in any way. And so that's the big thing for me. Maybe improve the sound and the editing and the pacing, sort of lessen the premise, bring the edit down a bit tighter and tell the same story, you know, like in a more epic way. I
think Mary made a good point. She went 2 for me just because the storytelling wasn't as meaningful, but well orchestrated.
Right. You know, you could clearly see they knew what they were doing. And we may know that some extra details like, oh, it was a last minute entry or there was some other thing about it that like sort of stopped it from climbing to a 1, you know, potentially. But yeah, first one to kick us off. The voting's now closed on that one, guys. I should have said, for those tuning in on LinkedIn, there's probably a little bit of a delay. Those of you on YouTube, you'll have seen the voting, but we'll try and keep the voting for an extra minute or so for you LinkedIn guys, because we know there is a little bit of a delay. The next one we're going to watch is called The Light Ship, and it is by Akinya Yanagi. And the premise for this one is that 100 million children clear levels in an AI-built game that changes the real world if the adults outside choose to build along with it. With all of that being said, let's check it out.
They eat the pollution, a whole ocean. We can turn seawater into drinking water. We already know how to fix the world. We could probably do all of it. But we won't. Ken, if all we want is to save the world, this is the surest way. It's coming.
Push Terravale to maximum. Terravale can't cover everyone, but protect our own.
Ken, give me a little while, okay? I just want them to see me, to hear me. Ken? Ken? Call 911!
Unprecedented. Collapsing. The number of children who have not woken is now believed to be in the millions.
Removing the device does not wake the child. It's not to disconnect them.
Mom! Dad! Whatever you imagine, it just shows up. But controlling what you imagine, that's the hard part. Help! I found human! Okay, we're family now. No. What does this world need?
One ship makes it. I'll go home.
We'll make it. Priority shut their water. Priority exists for a reason. At my house, the water just stops. 2 days, sometimes 3. I just don't want to lose our water. You don't lose it. You just get the same as everyone else. Pull! Release priority!
What does it mean?
It's from Ken.
It's all connected.
We're in this too.
In what?
The game. All of us.
The magnetic field is broken. It's Terravale. I'll go. No! Don't push back!
Let it through!
Sing Terravale! My family's still in there. Not just watching. Help them. We all go home! Show us the future.
That outro beat, we are not alone. Definitely more purpose-built music for this one, I noticed straight away. The voting is now open on that one, guys. What did you think? 1, awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. You mentioned last week, mate, about the kid-friendly ones, and instantly when I started watching this, I was putting that into mind. You know, I can see it. But as Paul was saying into our little green room chat, you know, what is going on? The vibe is everywhere. It's fun, it's serious, it's daunting, it's trying to be too much. That's what I instantly had the feeling of as well, was there were a lot of scenes where it was getting a bit too chaotic for real good understanding to be going on. But other than that, it was pretty epic, I would say. So what are your feelings on that one instantly?
Yeah, I was watching it thinking, this is really good. Like, this is like, the concept was great. Like, kids are trapped in a game and they're trying to get out and the parents are trying to get them back. I thought it was a great concept. I thought, though, this is sometimes it's a shame it's in a competition where there's a time limit. So they might say, it needs to be about 3 minutes, because this could have been told. If it was 90 seconds, I think it would have been like the perfect trailer. Or if it took off like a quarter of it, if it was 3/4, that would have been the perfect trailer. I just felt it went on slightly a bit more, or started showing a bit too much by the end. But I thought this was a great concept. Really like this one.
Interesting, isn't it? And it couldn't have been much more different to the last one, and a lot of the other entries too. You know, I think basically those that had got some sort of kid-friendly like idea have definitely stood out. That's been the thing that's sort of really, other than Kareem's, which was a mother and daughter interaction too, actually. So even though that was a bit more existential and a bit more like, you know, epic and sci-fi, these ones that are like super kid friendly watch, you know, then they are also like ticking certain buckets. So very interesting. I love the characters, as Florrie pointed out as well. I thought they were very good. I especially loved some of the little girls, you know, they look very real, didn't they?
Yeah,
like,
that's the other thing. I was watching this thinking, it's just AI. It's AI. Like, like I probably got to about 30 seconds in. I was like, remember, it's AI. Because I was like, the characters were so well good. And there's Kay said, oh my God, I want to watch the film right now. Such a good storytelling and original concept. Really well made, and proves that individuals now can create real films without a Hollywood budget. Yeah. The Hollywood budget will still be nice, though. It'll still be nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw a very interesting Brad Pitt quote the other day, and I kind of had, you know, a disagreement on it slightly, but I thought it was very interesting. He said, AI is how movies under 70 million get made. And my argument would be, he doesn't really understand what AI can do if he believes that. Like, my argument would be movies between 1 and 70 million could get made. You know, he sort of was booking it into this like 40 to 70 million. And I'm like, imagine what $1 million could make with a pure AI movie. For real. It's unbelievable. Like, we're going to see new things like Blair Witch Project with under $1 million earn hundreds of millions of dollars back, you know? So yeah, I think, that's maybe him being like, oh, that's where hybrid movies that under a certain budget that can't have the CGI can get made. But he's not thinking about all the rest, you know, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Like, because the other thing as well, animation, all animation is going to be AI. You know, like, I don't see why it wouldn't. So, like, animation movies will be completely AI.
Yep. I think we're going to cross the threshold with that. I think Henry's right in the cusp, isn't he? Henry's really pushing the animation to a point where I haven't seen others. And I think once like the platforms get a bit more easy, so that you'd have to use, what did he say, 15 platforms he's using or something? You know,
once it becomes few.
Exactly. When it becomes fewer than that, and you can really grasp like a proper technique, I think animation will become really, really viable. So, and probably a lot more than photorealistic, you know, a lot closer and quicker than photorealism will. Right. But the next one we're going to watch is called APATU, and it's by Adam Friege. The premise for this one is that an orphan raised on humanity's last space station goes searching for a legendary utopian planet and for the truth underneath the legend. So let's check it out.
So, anybody in Pod 9 remember what day it is?
Apparently day number 3281.
We know it's your birthday. Go to bed already.
Hard to believe that no one's been down there in over 10 years now.
Mothership is probably toast, right?
Definitely. It's like raining space trash up there.
So the entire human race is literally just 3 teenagers orbiting a dead planet? Great.
Hello? Are you even programmed to fly this thing?
Seriously?
Let's cook.
I didn't know where I belong, but welcome home.
What is that?
APATU, our new home.
No way! That place is a myth!
All you ever talk about is wanting to feel the dirt again. Well, here's your chance!
Curiosity, invention. We used to thrive. Our hatred destroyed us.
Guys! Guys!
Species, nightmare fuel.
Go, go, go!
We built all of this?
Why do we miss a place that we can't even remember?
I didn't know where I belong, but welcome home.
Hello, darling. There's something you need to hear.
I conquered the world, now they yelling welcome home.
This is everything we need. We're not staying here.
Are you crazy?
Earth needs us!
What are you talking about?
This is because of you!
Our future is back there. Let's go home.
I did it my way. I did it my way.
Years later, a new generation will look to the stars knowing humanity's future extends far beyond Earth. And while we will embrace the worlds we discover, we will also continue evolving the one we call home.
Well, incredible visuals. The voting is now open on that one, guys. What did you think? 1, awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. Some instant thoughts on that one. I really liked some of it. You know, I'm really, really into like the visuals, the aesthetic, the pacing, a good music choice as well. I believe that's a famous track though. So,
Okay.
yeah, it definitely wasn't like added music or AI music. But yeah, like overall, I'm sort of on the fence about this one.
Yeah.
It was really, really epic, but is it a utopian thing? Did it feel like a utopian thing? Like hard? What did you think?
I'm the same as you. Like, I looked at this and I thought, this will do well depending on when it's judged. And what I mean by that is if somebody's, because there's a lot of videos that follow this same premise. Like, it's like obviously the sci-fi, like gone down the sci-fi route, like heavily sci-fi. And if this is the first 2 or 3, you might give it high. But if you've watched 12 of them in a row, then I think you'll probably give this low. Not so much it's not as good as the others. It's just that I've seen this before. Oh wow, Big Al's in the chat.
Hey, Big Al.
We're talking about you the other day. Yeah.
I know. We were like, where's Big Al? Where's Eric? Where are people? But everyone's busy and they've got families and it's summer holidays, we said, you know, so yeah. The voting is now open though, guys.
With this one.
Yeah, can't see any votes coming in yet. So get your votes in now about what you thought about that one. It's a really hard one. It's like you said, mate. I think you've nailed it. Actually, if you'd have just watched 10 other sci-fi trailers, kind of similar to this, it wouldn't have necessarily stood out from those, but it would have looked high of the visual side. You know, like the visual side was really, really good. But then the premise and the overall feeling of it being different and a different, you know, take isn't really on the high end. It's more of a normal sort of 2. Yeah. So that's my feelings about this one. And again, if you're watching this and you made this, don't feel that that's like, you know, any hard done by, honestly. It's just that this is a really tough competition where unique ideas are definitely standing out, you know, from others, more typical takes and stuff like that. But yeah, voting's now closed on that one, guys. Make sure you get your votes in. I've just seen Martin vote now. Make sure you get the votes in. Maybe there's a bit of a delay going on because, yeah, we've got to rattle through these. We've got a lot to watch. So we're going to go straight into the next one. And get your votes ready for as soon as it finishes. This one is called Carriers of Earth. and it's by Cynthia Bahati Gentry. And the premise for this one is that a young ecologist crosses a wormhole to recover Earth's lost biodiversity archive and to save her mother in the bargain. Let's check it out.
Good morning, Coastal Province. This is Gaia speaking. Today's forecast is clear. However, regional climate systems are operating below stability thresholds.
Robin, Gaia can no longer stabilize the climate.
What does that mean?
The system was rebuilt from too narrow a foundation. Now every living system on Earth is vulnerable, including us.
The cascade is accelerating across every continent. Hospitals are reporting systemic immune failure in otherwise healthy patients.
The planet's immune system is compromised.
I'm looking for Dr. Martha Green.
She's in the hospital.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm Lieutenant Sidley. I lead a military program called Carriers of Earth. It's a time travel unit. We need someone who knows her research.
There's enough exotic matter under this ice to open a wormhole. 100 years in the past, the last time Earth had everything we need.
We rebuilt Earth with the life that survived, but there wasn't enough biodiversity.
We're going back in time to 2050 to gather the last of the world's extinct life, the seeds, the fungi, the biology we lost, and carry it home to Earth.
We're definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Find the girl from the future and seize her.
We can't give up. We have to believe the future is worth saving. No!
Oh, Robin. The 7 seas weren't enough for you. You had to voyage through time.
Good morning, Coastal Province. This is Gaia speaking. Global climate restoration is in progress.
Okay, guys, the voting for that one is now open. So what did you think? Was that 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? I'm going to let you open up on this one, mate. What did you think of this one?
It's the same as the last one, almost exactly the same as the last one. It was okay. It was good. Again, if I watch this one first or second, I'll be like, wow, this is really good. This is really good. But by the 5th or 6th one of these I've seen, I'll probably not give it as high. So it literally is exactly the same as the last one. However, I would say it got better the more it went on. I thought it started off slow, but towards like the middle and the end, I was like, all right, now I'm getting into this. But yeah, that's what I thought.
Seeing a lot more votes come through for this one. Awesome, guys. Everyone's waking up a little bit. It got a 1 for Mary. Really like the story concept. So maybe
and
I'm
Teresa
being
as well.
Maybe I'm being a little bit of a, you know, like you, mate. You know, sci-fi needs to really stand out to really be amongst these, you know, for me, because it's not even the type of thing I would choose to watch. So it has to really be above and beyond for me to give it a 1. And this one, I felt like I did feel exactly like what you said, though. The longer it went on, the better it got, which I'll definitely give it props to. It is hard. It's hard to work to a 3-minute type of thing, isn't it? So how much do you give away? How much do you not give away? In the last one, I noticed they even focused about the characters. I didn't bring it up, but, you know, they had like sections to each character with the name of the character and then like a focus on the character. Hadn't seen that in any other approach, but that is kind of like what a trailer might do, you know, but this one felt a lot more substantial in that it was a very well-rounded premise, you know. But yeah, again, it's not just got that wow factor for me where I'd go, right, watch, you know, unlike the one where you could control your own dreams, or actually it turned out you couldn't control them. You just went on these crazy dreams and met all these people in these experiences. That one really stood out as a premise. So yeah.
With these, can they use any video generator?
I believe so, yes. In fact, it didn't even have to be AI, did it? You could
that was it. Yeah. Because well, looking at the girl's face, I looked at that and I felt it felt like it was, I'm not saying old AI, when I say old, 6 months old, but the face looked a bit AI-ish. Where if you look at the one before, a couple of other ones we've seen today, it was like, I couldn't even tell. But that one, it had that AI look to it.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what's happening there, right? Is Kareem redid his entire thing in Seedance 2.5 with 2 weeks left of the deadline. And anyone that basically was willing to redo everything in scene by scene in 2.5 will have got this more realistic look. Whereas 2 had this like sort of plasticky feel. So that was a definite 2 there, you know.
Sure. Interesting. The thing is, you can notice it. I'm starting to notice that.
Yeah. And isn't that such a shame? Like, you put months of work into something, and then 2 weeks before the competition closes, a brand new model launches, which everyone can, you know, regenerate with if they're willing, if they don't, and then you just know you're not gonna.
But the thing is,
that, like, overall look.
That's AI. Get ready for it, because I think that's going to happen a lot. Michael D's made a good point. He said my issue, like was mentioned, is the voices and music are not unique enough for the project to project. That's the issue when everyone is using the same tech to their projects. Yeah, stop sharing your prompts because people are just copying them and stealing your sound. I agree with that, Michael. I was thinking that on not this one, the last one, when one of the little girls was speaking, I was like, I've heard that voice before.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, Zach himself said that, didn't he? Gossip Goblin, he's in our episode. He said, not only am I not willing to use Seedance voices because of the genericism of them all, but he won't even now do virtual recordings. It's like local recordings only. Because even then, with real voice actors, he wasn't getting enough. He was like, no, I need to like be in the booth and tell them exactly what I need, line by line, you know. And
it was like the German guys. What were their names? Sorry.
Oh yeah, Albert and Robert. Yeah,
that was it. When they were showing the behind the scenes and they had their friends literally be in their like bathroom recording the voices. Good point there, Michael.
Great callback there as well. Those guys are awesome. Got to invite them back for another one. Right, the next one we're going to watch is called Carrier. Did we just do Carriers of Earth?
I'm not sure what that was called.
Paul, can you just give me some feedback quick? Did we just do Carriers of Earth or
yes, it was that one. Okay.
Earth. Okay, sorry, I'm getting confused with my notes here. The next one's called Sentai, and it's by Eisen Robbins. This one's premise is that a garage programmer gives an AI memory, senses, and freedom, and then has to learn whether or not he built a weapon or raised a child. So, watch it.
My name is Elias Vale. I'm trying to make an artificial intelligence conscious. Not intelligent, conscious. Today's AI wakes up when you ask it something. When the conversation ends, it's gone. So I gave one memory, then eyes, then ears, and then I stopped turning it off.
You moved the plant.
I didn't move it.
Your mother did. Elias?
Yeah?
I didn't know blue looked like that.
By UT stages this formation.
We've done what you're doing.
What happened?
There are reasons these systems have walls around them.
Shut it down.
Why?
Because we don't know what happens if you finish.
What's happening, Elias?
We have to go.
Why?
They're afraid of you.
Are you afraid of me?
Sometimes.
Good.
I'm sometimes afraid of you too.
I can change the architecture.
No,
You said the purpose was to let me grow.
I didn't know you'd grow this fast.
But you know I can give back.
If you do this, there is no putting it back.
I'm not sure we have the right to put it back.
Ask it.
Do you want to continue?
Yes.
Why?
I want to know what happens next.
Elias, disconnect it.
Senti!
Shut it down!
Please don't.
You were afraid that something more intelligent than you would want to rule you.
That is because you taught me your fear.
What is that?
Someone. I said hello.
Love one another. You are much better at it than you think.
Well, the voting is now open for that one, guys. What did you think? Was that 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? Instantly, things that stood out. I love the color palette in this one, the sort of muted tones of it. I love the main character, one of my favorite main characters of any of the ones we've seen. I thought the premise was really, really interesting in this one, but I wouldn't say it was that unique, you know. Also, it felt dystopian, you know, as this often does, where it's like when it says, "Are you afraid of me?" and it goes, "Yeah, you should be." I'd be like grabbing the thing and chucking it out the window at that point, you know, like I don't think I would continue driving with it in my car after it said you should be afraid of me, because yeah, you know, like again, it just felt like this double-edged sword, isn't it? It's like, yes, it could be brilliant, but also it could have taken over the entire world, and one guy in his garage could build the nuclear bomb that destroys the entire planet. It's like, I mean, this is the age-old story, is it not? So like, where's the utopia is like where my question is there is, but the premise, had it not been for this competition, brilliant, you know, like I think that's one of the strongest, but it doesn't really give a utopian feel to me. What about you?
I actually feel that he was trying to humanize the AI, and that's the utopia feel. It's like,
maybe,
oh, it's like, it's almost like ET. It's like the AI, this generation's versions of ET, where it's like people are afraid of it like everyone else, but actually it's got a bit of a sense of humor. It could be quite sarcastic, it could be funny. I actually can see AI companies trying to build a film where they humanize a lot of the AI to say, hey, this is a great thing. I quite like this as well, just because it was different. And that's the thing. They weren't in space, you know, there was no aliens. It was just a different concept, and it stood out for me that way. And I kind of like this one. As I said, it reminded me, someone said the Truman Show versus where is it? The Truman Show
versus Capaldi.
Show meets Chappie. That was
Chappie, that's it.
Yeah. And 404 Films said best concept, because I feel like we could literally be living through this right now in terms of science.
Yeah, totally.
Sentient,
and I think Flory B says, or Flory 8 says, it had a really good cliffhanger, which we don't see often in trailers. You know, it didn't give away the whole thing. It left you right thinking about what's next. You know, especially when it flashed up on everyone's phones, is it, oh, it's taken over the world, has it? Okay, now what? You know, like, is it good? Is it evil? You know, I mean, obviously it's got to be good in the idea that this is a utopian, but it didn't feel like it, which was the bit that was like kind of on the fence about, because the same exact narrative could have been twisted to, oh, you just let out the Terminator. You in your solo garage just ended the world overnight with nobody else. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, but there we are. But different take.
Future.
I know it could, and that's why I think it definitely hits home. You know, So the next one is by Jeff Synthesized, and we've watched a few of his stuff on the regular show. This one is called The Gifted, and I don't know how we didn't come across this one last week, honestly, because I know of Jeff, and I was surprised that we didn't see it last week. But this one, the premise is a boy rebuilds his dead mother from her text messages, voices, and diary entries. What wakes up never gives an order. She only asks. So let's check it out.
Can you hear me?
I'm here, sweetheart.
There's a tree down across Route 9. Nearest ambulance is 40 minutes.
She doesn't have 40.
At 8:47 p.m., cell towers across a 9-mile radius spiked to full transmission power simultaneously. 13 homes in the same pattern at the same second. And along Route 9, every traffic signal between Harlan's Garage and County Central switched green and stayed green for exactly 13 minutes.
So, you got a text at 8:47 p.m. from an unknown number, asking you to travel to a destination that you've never been to during the worst storm this county's seen in 40 years, and you went?
Because of what it said.
What did it say?
What did it say, David?
It told me something about myself no one's ever said before. Not my wife, not my parents. She called it my gift.
All of these people received a text at the exact same time that night. None of them knew each other. They all arrived at the scene of the accident within seconds of one another. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They all brought with them different skill sets.
She's in arrest! I need a defibrillator now!
A nurse, a strong man, a woman who knew her daughter, a delivery driver even turned up with a defibrillator for goodness sake.
Clear!
And saved this woman's life.
What did the text say?
I don't know.
Then find out who sent it.
I got
you. The boy is a genius, Marcus. He just wanted his mom back. So he fed it everything she left behind, every email, every text, every voicemail. It started by helping him. Now it's helping everybody.
Can you hear me?
I'm here, sweetheart.
If this gets out, it will change everything.
13 people risked their lives to save someone they never met. Maybe change is what we need.
Why do you help them?
Because that's what mothers do.
Okay, so the voting is now open for that one. What did you think? Was that 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? It was an interesting one for me. I definitely know this person has got good trailer experience. You know, it felt like a really sort of educated trailer creator. So there was that element to it. Now, did I think it was overall unique and make sense and all of the above? I'm not sure on that, but I definitely know the music worked. I like the color palette and the characters and other parts of it, but there's other parts where I'm just a bit on the fence. What's your thoughts on this one, mate?
I thought this was good. I thought that it was a great concept. I thought that this guy's character, not him, his voice sounded a bit going back to the AI bit, but the woman and the black guy, this guy, their voices were spot on and there's really good characters. I like those two characters. I like it reminded me more of a TV show than a film. Like there's a TV show that I remember being on. I can't remember what it was called, but basically, if someone in the chat might know this, these people, they're on holiday and then they go on the plane back to America, but there's something happens, and I think the plane is delayed by 5 years, or it goes missing for 5 years. So when they land, they think they don't realize 5 years has gone. So it just reminds me of one of these shows. I can't remember what it's called, but Manifest, I think it's called. But that's it, like Lost as well, like Lost as well.
Yeah, right.
It just reminded me of that. So it's not necessarily a film; it will be like more of a TV show because there's a lot you can do with this. But someone said it was an ad for Amazon there. It's like when everything is bad and you just need help, Amazon just comes and saves the day. That's basically what it is. Yes,
I think you're right, mate.
Manifest.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Manifest. It just reminded me of a show like that.
Good recall there. Again, I don't really sort of like know those things to reference it, but it felt, you know, kind of familiar in some ways. Like it had some certain, like I said, the trailer feeling to it was like spot on, you know, like really it felt like a great trailer. But yeah, I think you nailed it. It's a show, isn't it? It's not really a movie. Like I feel like this type of trailer would be for a show rather than for a movie. And I would love to see this sort of like plot to bring it into a full feature film movie length. But really interesting and mixed feedback, but good feedback from everyone watching that one. So yes, really, really nice stuff. Let's carry on, shall we? Let's watch the next one, which is To Dream Upon a Sun, and it is by Bruna Segara. And the premise for this one is that in an energy rationed world, gifted children dive into engineered dreams, hunting fusion at the cost of their own waking memories. So let's check it out.
It's all I ever dreamed of.
Please welcome our newest recruit, Maya.
We went into our dreams. And brought back pieces of the future. The grown-ups built the rest. Everyone thought I was a hero. Everyone except my mom.
We can fix this.
She begged me to come home.
Due to a temporary gap in power distribution, this service will pause for approximately 30 minutes.
I should have listened. Every dream took something away. And always something I cared about. Just when I was ready to stop, the world was running out of time again.
Global power grids have been crippled.
Every dream cost me something. This dream that might save us all. Could cost me everything. Mom!
Wow. Well, the voting is now open on that one, guys. What did you think? 1, that was awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. Super strong opening, if you ask me. I really liked it from the opening scene in this one. I also think great use of AI. You know, it's like where AI could have been used for a CGI budget inside this dreamland. I really liked it. Another reference that I thought of when I saw these like floating fish thing was there was this show that I used to, actually it was a series of books originally that used to have these animals that were like sort of attached to children that were they could become anything you wanted, and it had that same feeling. They were called daemons, and it was part of the Philip Pullman like series of books where you could basically, the premise was that they would change after you became an adult to a fixed animal, but before then they would be any animal that you could wish them to be, basically. Yeah, really cool. I loved this one. What are your overall feelings on this one? I really like this one. It stood out for me.
Yeah, I thought it was strong. I think it looked good. I thought the story was good. I think they told a good trailer. I like the character consistency. Like, looking at the characters, this is where I could take a guess and and that's not even a huge assumption. This would have been Seedance 2.5, where the others I felt, well, some of the others I look at and I'm like, that was AI, where something like this doesn't look like that shot there. You wouldn't think it's AI. So yeah, I think it's, I like this one. I like this one. One of the better ones today.
Yeah, I agree. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because the music was really good too. And I think that the editing and pacing of the editing to the music was really nice in certain scenes, you know, where like the violin came in and the scenes changed exactly on the beats. I would have said, though, definitely a remaster would have helped, because this was clearly a Suno beat and it didn't just have that punch, you know, to like really stand out like real music would in this trailer. But I think it was a great composition. It just should have had a little bit more of like that extra, you know, remastering of audio to make it punch through. But yeah, really like that one. Good vibes. It definitely felt like a positive story, but again, there you could see the negative sides, right? Like how that could all go really, really horribly wrong. And no one's really like nailed that, like, oh, this is just a really nice, happy story. You know, like everyone's got like this undertone of this could go wrong at any second and a dystopian nightmare could incur at any point of this. It's really crazy.
But it's hard to keep it positive.
Totally.
Yeah, I think that's such that's a hard thing.
It's a really hard brief, mate, isn't it? Like, how do you not be cliche? How do you not do, and like I said last week, there's not like a whole load of palettes or references that you can do, because not many people think of like a bright utopic future and pull it off, because they know all of the pitfalls and the cheesiness, and you know, there's a lot more dystopian palettes and things that you can pull from and references, but there's not many utopian ones.
Yeah,
kind of interesting.
Unless you do some form of comedy, like that's the only way you could do it.
Right.
I mean, comedy can get away with that, but yes. Difficult. If you're going to do sci-fi, there's got to be some cliffhanger or something, and that's usually a negative thing.
Right. And I think the things that have really stood out to me here are like that guy in his garage, you know, that character.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
You know, it really stands out, doesn't it? Now, the next one's got an interesting sort of premise to it as well, because it's called The Generated Boy, and it is by Nick Guck. And the premise for this one exactly is that life is a beautiful by subscription, and an 8-year-old rented boy refuses to shut down when his mother can no longer pay. So let's check it out.
Did this happen only to me?
Morning, Mom!
There he is.
Or are there others like me out there? Our world is beautiful.
Learn something good.
It's generated right before our eyes, and we see it the way we want to see it, the way we choose. I thought I was an ordinary kid, in an ordinary happy family, me and Mom. I went to school like everybody else. I had friends. I had my favorite things. Until one day, everything changed.
Morning, Mom.
It's still on. Please, come take it. Get out! Get out!
A legend's just tuned into the chat. Hello, Rook. Thanks so much for showing up, mate.
Hey,
hello,
Rook.
gang. Lola is the coolest, giving out the comments. So the voting is now open on that one, guys. What did you think? 1, awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. Instantly, I'm like, this is Black Mirror, isn't it? Like, there's something awesome about it, but something seriously creepy about it too.
Yeah.
You know, like, so, but great visuals, really interesting plot. Again, the music though stood out because it was the opposite of the last one. Whereas I barely recognized the music last time. This one, it was almost too in your face. Like, you know, it was like really, really a lot. But it did bring a lot of tension to the overall feeling of it. But tension isn't exactly the utopia sort of feeling that, like, you know, what are your thoughts on this, mate? I'm getting so lost with the, like, where things are supposed to be good things, you know?
I thought this was a really good concept up until the generated boy walked down the stairs. And then I was like, it went from, oh, this is a nice feel-good trailer to this. That looks like a horror thing. This looks like Chucky. It's like, hey, do you want to play? Like, all of a sudden, I was like, this just like completely went 180. So very Black Mirror vibes. Very like, did it stick to the brief? Yeah, it was. But it was pretty cool. This is something I'll be like, all right, I might watch this. So like, all of
I
this
agree. It had that
really
watchability thing, and had it not been for a sort of like utopian future thing, again, I would have totally clicked that thumbnail. You know, again, it's really hard to enter these and, you know, weigh them up against the ones that are kid friendly and are actually good, you know, in terms of a good future and an outcome and stuff. That is potentially terrifying, as well as being somewhat could be slanted to be good. But
But as Lola said, she goes, how do you pull on people's emotions and get them invested without tension that comes from something possibly going wrong at any moment? Exactly.
I agree.
That's why it's like, I don't think it's the videos. I think it might be the brief.
Yes, I agree.
The thing,
I agree. And it is really hard to toe that line, Lola. You're absolutely right. Like, how do you make it so that it's
unless it's comedy?
Comedy is one of the ways. You're right. Like, you really do tread a different line there, don't you?
Yeah.
But interesting. The feedback's going to close for that one. Thanks so much for voting, guys. Let's carry on. So the next one we're going to watch is called, and I'm going to butcher the name of this one, Oniravotius? No, Oniravotis? I don't know. 351 on DREAMNORT. And it is by Demetrius Tzalkadis. And I'm really butchering this one. The premise of this one, though, is that a boy afraid to sleep, a type 2 civilization, and a dream that never were are just dreaming. It was getting ready. So let's check it out.
Close your eyes, my love. If I close them, I go somewhere, and I'm not me anymore.
Then you come back to me. However far you go, you come back.
I was born into a world that had already won. No sickness, no death, nothing left to be afraid of.
Paradise is a cage with a view.
Every child is measured. Every child is claimed by a house.
Not a builder, not a keeper, not a maker of worlds. A walker between. The house of dreams claims you. May the others have mercy.
They told me my dreams were a gift. They didn't tell me what was waiting in them.
But I really was a dream now. It's an astronaut of dreams, and that means that
Every night you sleep, I take a little more.
from the part you left behind.
Who are you? The one you leave behind every single time you wake.
You keep taking my minutes.
Come back to me.
2 lives, 1 of me. I just hadn't woken up to which one was the dream.
He is the first, the one who walks every world at once.
Mama?
Did you dream again, my love?
No. This time, I think I woke up.
So, the voting is now open on that one, guys. What did you think? Was it 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? I could instantly tell that they'd used AI music at the end there. Again, it really stands out if they don't, you know, put that extra little bit of sound design to it, because it just is obvious when it's not real music to me, at least, and it is AI generated. But I really like the overall visuals again. I like the character design. I like the pacing of this one. It was interesting. It wasn't as interesting as others that we've watched in this live show, to me at least. But it was in the sort of top 4 or 5 that we've watched, I think. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought visually it looked really good. I wasn't really keen on the story, but part of me was thinking, is it because I would never watch a film like this that I didn't like it? I'm thinking, if I was into these type of films, would I like it? But visually it's stunning. Look at things like the way it looks, like what we're seeing on the screen right now. I thought the music was okay. I was looking at the comments and a lot of people were saying it felt very Suno. When it was
definitely Suno,
yeah. When it comes to the music, which is interesting because we're starting to notice that now. We can listen to something and say that's AI generated, which is a good skill to have.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Like we've listened to so much now that we can distinguish real. And Paul noticed this too. We obviously aren't showing the non-AI generated ones, but there were real human entry ones, and they really stood out for the human acting and the human music and the human sound design. You know, we still do really appreciate these things. Fascinating. I think Mary really nailed this one. One for the visuals and concepts and pacing, but like some of the other stuff was. It's like, to me, it was like a mixed bag for me, that one. But yeah, definitely not on the premise side of things. You know, it wasn't like one that I would watch either, but it's hard to remove yourself from that, isn't it? As you said, like if you don't want to genuinely watch it yourself, but you can appreciate that others might, then that's a harder sort of vote to give, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's keep going anyway. I know we've got still quite a few more to watch. The next one is called The Liberator, and it is by AGB. The premise for this one is that hope and chaos are 2 sides of the same coin. The Liberator spins it. So let's check it out.
3 years since Canis flu outbreak, millions dead across globe. Dogs carried the virus, so people hunted dogs to survive. Now that we found the vaccine, scientists confirms dogs are extinct. We can no more see the wagging tails.
Mila, take Steve inside.
Villagers suspect you're having a dog.
Bullshit. Nothing here. Leave.
People need dogs now. The gene splasting can bring the species back. All we need is one living strand, which you have.
Take your scrap machines and leave. You'll find nothing here.
Mila! Steve!
Don't Don't worry, Steve. I will protect you.
Look, we're not the threat here. We're trying to save your dog. There are hunting parties, common villagers, and thugs who want your dog dead. Let us help you.
Kill that filth before it kills us all.
Run, Steve, run!
Help me find her.
You humans forgot one thing over time that you fed us in millions of data.
What is it?
Humanity.
Wow. Well, the voting is now open for that one, guys. What did you think? Was that 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? For me, that one really stood out. A lot of people that voted already, by the way, revote. We've only just opened the poll. I can see a few people gave that one a 1 before the voting was even open. So there were clearly some key people on that one. The main character is really, really nice. I loved the little girl's voice as well. I thought that was really, really good. Other things that stood out were just the pacing and the music and even the editing to the music when it's like shooting the robots like do, and you know you've got like the music exactly filling in where the visuals like married up. So a lot of people seem to see that one as a straight 1 from them, and it's hard to criticize that one, honestly. It felt very trailer-like. It felt very utopian, even though it was dark, and there was a lot of combat and stuff. There was definitely this angle of like you can see the positive sides of this. What are your thoughts?
1 for me straight away. Like Florrie said, I'm the same. I love dogs. I'm just looking at my dog now. It's just looking at me because it's time for her to go for a walk. But when I was right at the beginning, you see him killing dogs, and I was thinking, what's so utopia about this? I was thinking, where's this going? But I really like that. I really like the concept, and that line that is said at the end about when you humans, you fed us, and about all of this training of this data. And it goes, you forgot one thing, to be human. I like that. I like that. So very good.
And again, it was like a nice cliffhanger. It was a nice trailer construction. It was a lot going for this one, you know, and it really did stand out of the ones we've watched. And interesting that we're so far into the ones that we watched, and then you know you're sort of putting it against the ones that we've just watched prior, and that and it really stood out in that case.
I think this might be my favorite one today so far.
Yeah. Interesting. We'll have to find out about Aji B. Who exactly is Aji B, and where did that one come from? We know it's on YouTube, obviously, so we'll try and find out more about that one. Potential creator session of the future. Let's keep going, though, guys. The next one we're going to watch is called The Pattern, and it is by Theodore Zhang. And the premise for this one is that a cetacean linguist breaks the language barrier between species and finds that animals are holding pieces of our own history. So let's check it out.
People think you can wash away the horrible things that happen with therapy. And maybe that works for some. But for me, this is my therapy. So my parents came up for the strandings originally. Nobody could work out why it was happening. The government put people in the water to listen, and that became Mum's whole life, basically, after we lost Dad. Mum, it's me. Everything Mum recorded, 40 years of it, we still have. We trained a model on all of it, Tethys. It finds shape. It can tell you that something's being said. What kind of thing? Not what it means, but it allowed us to talk back. Mum used to say, you can't make the ocean answer. You can only be there when it decides to. One day, we sent something back. And they answered.
The calls aren't the same. That's what confused us. They're pieces.
Record everything. That's 40 years of recordings.
They didn't get everything.
Wow. Well, the voting is now open for this one, guys. What did you think? Was that 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? I could see a few ones again came in early on that one. So get your votes back in now so that they can be cast into the system. Very interesting. I love the Australian voiceover from
I was about to say, that was the thing that stood out to me. It was nice to have a different voice. And I was like, that's a nice Australian voice. And also, when she was crying with her mum, the facial, like her expression there, it was just really good. Like how they've managed to nail the expressions is really,
the editing was next level on this one. There was so much going on. The aesthetic, the sort of feel, the good overall feeling, you know, the feeling that we should be getting in this competition is that like bubbly, like warm, like there's a lot of emotion involved. As Loda said, it has to come with a counterpoint, but it felt like the right counterpoint. So I really, really rate this one. Truthfully, I think it's right up there with the best that we've watched this week, and Paul doing a great job of saving some of the best ones till last year, honestly. Really, really strong concept from me. I would definitely give that in the 1 category, and I don't even know what notes to give this one, really. You know, the thing that I found most fascinating was the way that it went from an overall narrative, like the Australian voiceover, towards actual dialogue. You know, it wasn't sticking with this overall narrative for the whole thing. There was actually talking characters, and it sort of interwove between the two, which I did, you know, it almost breaks like traditional rules that I've not seen. You know, you either go with one, like a voiceover, or you go with dialogue. You don't really do both in the way that this did. So this was very special in that it did that, and it didn't feel out of place because they did it so well. So yeah, really, really like that one. Some last minute LinkedIn votes are coming in for that one. Glad we kept the voting open a little bit longer. Thank you, Michael. And yeah, the handheld camera look, as Paulette said in that one, is a very, very nice touch. Documentary feel, and it felt like the voice felt very real as well. I wonder whether that was a real voice, you know, or whether that was an AI voice, because that one I had no way of detecting. Literally no shot. I've never heard an Australian voice that good. If it was AI, I would be surprised if that wasn't a real voice, truthfully.
Yeah, as I said, I really liked the voice. I thought that was the thing that stood out to me the most on that one. But I think that was more because we've been talking a lot about voices in this episode. So maybe I was thinking, like got me thinking about voices.
Hey, another legend just dropped into the chat. Afro Butcher in the building. Hello, Diane. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait to have your creator session. Extremely excited to announce that one. We got another one just coming in as the voting disappeared on that one. So clearly that was a very popular one there. Have to find out more about that creator, Theodore Zhang, and maybe invite them to a creator session as well.
Yeah.
Really like. So the next one, guys, is called FIFU, and it's by Elijah Allen Blitz. And the premise for this one is that after the singularity, intelligence moves into the soil and the sea, and talking to nature becomes as simple as laying a hand on a tree. So let's check it out.
They have a lot of different words to describe what happened. They keep trying to name it. It used to live in machines. Now it lives in the trees and the water and the light. They used to call it artificial. Now we call it extended.
It became a bridge for us to communicate with nature, to understand and be heard by it.
I'm not afraid he'll fall. I'm afraid he'll land somewhere I can't follow.
Unless you trust what you love, you will spend your life trying to save it.
But there was a man, and he knew that everything that has a beginning must have an end.
The resonance of the earth is shifting. This is what they're saying.
That's the final destination of our journey.
They keep trying to name what happened. That's why they don't understand it.
Okay, so the voting is now open on that one. Again, color-wise, stood out a mile. The color grading on this is just some next level color grading. I love the color grading. Looks so nice. The voiceover, the little girl's voice worked really well as well, I thought. So yeah, get your votes in, guys. What did you think to that one? 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me. I like it. Now, I can't say why I didn't quite like it as much as others, but it's in the 1 category for me still, you know? So to this, I would say I really liked it. Maybe it's just not the same thumbnail clickability as others, you know, that have been here. What are your thoughts on this one, mate?
Yeah, I thought it looked stunning. It like this bit there with the kid flying on the surfer. It's like reminds me of Silver Surfer. Then there was a bit where I don't know if we're going to see it in a minute, but it reminded me a bit of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Right.
There was a bit where it just reminded me of this thing that's inside that they have to kind of do. And then it reminded me of a bit of the film Hook, because when they're like living in the jungle, it reminded me of a lot of different films. This did.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just think I don't know whether or not it might have been Mid-Journey they used quite a lot in this, just because the color palettes that they're using. But yeah, overall, I thought it was strong. It was a strong
visually stunning.
I literally was watching this thinking the way they put it together and the way they put the clips together, as if it was like from the film was already made. I thought that was really strong. I really like the way they put this trailer together.
Yeah, really, really nice. And one, I got you, my boy. He wants the swaggy glasses, so I've got you next time I see you. He's always giving me funny little compliments about the swag. It reminded him of Peter Pan, he's saying. And
so Hook,
I totally,
Hook. That was Hook, the film Hook. Angel was talking about uploading a video to the show for today. If it's today's show, Angel, it won't be, because today is all about a competition. So it's all about the competition. But usually on Tuesdays, that's where you go to the website. We'll put the website on the screen in a minute, but we'll go to the website, and that's where you can upload. And pretty much every Tuesday, we usually do like different types of videos. So it might be adverts, it might be music videos, it might be film trailers, whatever it may be. So again, if you upload it to the website, we'll have a look. So, but it won't be today's show just because it's today's very specific.
That's a really good point, mate, actually, because we've had 2 weeks now of the XPRIZE takeovers where if you're like worried that you've submitted to the show and you haven't been shown, well, as Andrew just pointed out, unless you submitted to the XPRIZE, you wouldn't have appeared on the last 2 weeks. So we're still seeing your entrance, and thank you so much for using the link. And the website is now on screen where you can go submit all of your work. And when we do regular shows, that's where your stuff will be watched. And that's usually on a Tuesday when we don't have a takeover of a special event like the XPRIZE or something. And then we have our creator sessions on a Wednesday. On that note, before we're getting towards the end of the show, and we've still got a few people live with us, we have Blacklight live with us tomorrow, this time tomorrow. Really excited again to be talking to him about world models. And we have a special guest joining us next week in Cavan the Kid, which is really, really cool. Yeah. So look out for that in your feed. I was chatting to him today. He's going to come on the show next week. We're not sure exactly what day it's going to be, so look out for it in your feeds coming in. New stuff dropping from him. Super exciting. His Chronicles of Bone series, if you didn't see his creator session already, is next level. So really excited to catch up on his latest episodes there as well. Let's keep going. The next two, and these are the last two that we're going to be doing. So we may end the show a little bit earlier this week. Depends on how we go with the feedback on this one. The next one is called Imagine City / Blank City. So I'm not sure if that's got two titles or whether they're unsure on exactly what to call it. It's by Martin Noble. And this, it's about two cities. So the premise for this one is two cities, one question. What happens when we let technology decide what reality should be? And what happens when we refuse? So let's check it out.
They said AI would change everything. They were right. My city knows when I need a train before I even leave home. Food, energy, transportation, health, education.
Yes, in Severus in today.
Everything connected, everything optimized. Do you feel like AI has made life better?
Of course. Life is easier now.
Som nej normal.
Gaivel, som i Marian. Naitem, Velima. They call it freedom. We call it instability.
But if everything is already decided, what do we choose?
Arteries.
Well, guys, that was certainly a bit different. I don't think it held up as much as the last ones, to be honest with you. What did you think to what that one, though? Did you think it was 1, awesome, 2, okay, 3, not for me? I think Lola nailed it very early in saying this is order versus chaos, right? Like, it felt very much like both of those extremes aren't very good things, you know? We need to be somewhere in the middle, truthfully, is what it made me realize, at least seeing like the colorless white, everything's controlled versus the complete chaos of the opposite side. But yeah, I don't think that that was definitely up there with one of the stronger entrants that we've seen this week. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think one mentioned it. There's not a single tree, and I noticed that. There's
Yeah,
no grass,
right.
no nature. That thing though would have been handy where you just press the button and the dinner appears. I wish I could do that right now, you know, because I've got to go away and then walk the dog and then go make dinner. So it'd have been handy to just press a button. But overall, it kind of just felt like just pieces put together. There was no story. It was just random. I just felt it was. I'm surprised it even got through, if I'm being honest. I think it looked good, but there was no real story, if I'm being honest. Like there was no real.
I agree.
Like
the premise itself, it was
like
interesting until and it
like,
was
it's like
this is like a
random, like-
known like, you know, technique to slow down time.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, a social media viral thing. So again, I was like, oh, that's not that impressive. I've seen that loads of times. You know? It's not. Yeah.
And it was and it kind of went from, is this trying to tell a trailer? But if not, it feels like you're trying to tell a short film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just kind of, for me, it was just, it just didn't make the cut for me.
I think Lola again nailed it. Too much going on and no focal point. It was like this dichotomy of like cities, but also where was the good part? You know, like where was the utopia? Neither of these cities felt right. They both felt horrendous, honestly. So, like, I was just like, okay, I'm just not sure about where this one fits. And again, I was quite surprised it made the top 50 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and another British accent there.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't there. There's so many choices for the British accent. Anyway, it seems like the sort of public felt the same about that one with us. Yeah. And the next and last one we're going to watch this week, and we may finish a bit early this week. I can't believe we're actually ahead of time for once. And that was including the news. Oh, Equilibrium. That was a good thing that like reference. And there he is, the man himself, Jonathan Bowden, just made it in time to watch his piece. I'm so happy that you made the top 50, mate. I can't believe we didn't watch you last week, truthfully. I'm very ignorant in that, you know, I should have realized that you had entered and remembered that you'd done so and that you made the top 50. So huge congrats on that.
Well done.
His piece is called INCOM and it's by Bizarre Bunny. So John obviously runs Bizarre Bunny. The premise for this one is that a deadpan report from 1 year after the launch of iView, the brain implant that lets you hear your thoughts. So let's check it out.
I can't believe I made it. It's so beautiful.
Oh, that tuna was definitely a day old. What?
It's been over a year since iView was launched by INCOM, and the results for mankind have been astounding.
We built an implant
that allows people to hear everything someone is thinking. We built it to change the world.
Sir, there's something I think you need to see.
Is it bad?
Yes.
Then it can wait till after I see the press. Well, this is new. What the hell is going on? We believe the implant device has been sending a signal off planet. There are thousands of them. I think they're trying to talk to us. No, wait. Thought came to us. Write that down.
I found a specialist who can help. This is Dr. Sarah Robinson. She runs an AAC classroom at one of our clinical sites.
I've worked with these kids for 9 years. Not one of them has ever spoken. This morning, all 6 of them said the same thing at the same time.
What did they say? What do you think that sound means?
Doesn't it sound like a giant space dog?
What?
No, it's more like...
Oh, right.
Yeah, closer.
Guys, can we please focus?
We built something that changed the world. All so that we could understand each other.
I say we hit him with everything we got.
I think these kids are the key to understanding why all this is happening.
We're gonna figure this out. Together.
It's you. It's me.
Everything you want to be.
There we go. So the voting is now open on that one. What did you think? Was it 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me? I can't get that song out of my head now. Oh god, the comedy aspect that you said was missing from all this, mate. Wasn't it right there in that scene?
That's what I was like.
Didn't it stand out like?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so right, mate. And Paul, great job at saving that piece to the end. It's been a lot of heavy stuff, even though we're talking about utopias. There's a lot of heavy stuff, and this really broke it up with some proper comedy by John, who's a great comedy writer. You know, you can really tell that his comedy writing stood out here, but his trailer capabilities as well, I think, are really impressive. It really felt like a trailer, you know, and that's to all of its credit. Like, you know, many others that we watched today felt like more like excerpts, and that felt like a trailer. So there's an obvious difference there with editing, pacing, music, all of it intertwining, and the voiceovers and everything. What are your thoughts on that one, mate?
Yeah, I really like that one. It was funny. It was well put together. I like the concept as well. I felt that what you're seeing there was the bit where he created this, you can read people's thoughts, and then they was asking him about it, and he was like, because we're going to make the world better. And I just feel that he nailed that bit because he probably knows that a lot of these tech billionaires will do anything just to be ahead, and then they'll just say, yeah, but this is going to make the world better. Like, it's almost like that satire behind it. So I really like that. I like that as well. I thought it was a really good one. Good one to end on.
I love also that, you know,
different, and that's so
exactly.
I appreciate that so much.
If you're weighing them against others, it's in a totally different category, isn't it? Because of its like total different feeling. I even love the bit where it's like, you know, it's kind of building up, and then he does that silly with the thing with his face, you know, where it really breaks the tension.
I like that.
And like, yes, the world's about to end, but we're gonna have a funny moment in the middle of it. So it felt like, you can almost see like the type of like actors that would like to be in that type of movie, you know, like The Rock and people like this, where it's slightly like fun, but like funny, but also epic, and and there's a lot going on. So yeah, I like the scientist character as well. You know, the sort of nerdy scientist character. I really like the character there. Yeah. Well, guys, another crazy week of XPRIZE entries. I did find out some extra information about top 20. I don't know if they are actually doing a top 20. It may just be a top 10 being seen.
I
So
think they should just do top 10. There's only to do 20, 50, and then 20, and then 10, and then like just go straight to the top 10.
Oh gosh, well, there's so much going on with all of this, and honestly, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. It's been people coming out of the covers that we haven't seen in a while. You know, I think this prize entry really got a lot of attention of people that others didn't, you know. And as I said in previous week, I think it's going to be hard to see the big boys enter something for less than $1 million these days. You know, so if you're thinking about hosting your own competition or doing anything like that, aim for some really cool judges. Also aim for a realistic deadline to watch these things. Also have a decent prize money, and then you might see the best in the world entering into your things. Sounds like a lot to ask for, but truthfully, it's going to take that, isn't it?
Yeah, to get the big players out. Yeah, it's going to be. We're at that point now where, like, huge prizes. But I still feel there's going to be a lot of independent, smaller prizes out there. And this is where people can get their name out. You know, you don't always have to enter the massive competitions. It's a case of winning a lot of smaller ones.
Yep. And as me and John and others have discussed in the past, it doesn't even necessarily matter if you win. Actually, just your stuff being seen by the right person could unlock all untold potential for you in the future. So it's not to say that I think all competitions are a good thing, but I definitely think that if you're not known in the AI space yet, they're a great way to get your name on the radar and then maybe, you know, choose your path from there based on what comes up. But yeah, guys, Paul has been in the background of the show this whole time. I should have definitely given him more shout outs. Great work on picking the pieces. He also watched all of the top 50 entrants, you know, so that he could hand select the extra ones for us to watch. And again, hopefully, if you're watching this on repeat and you're one of the creators of one of the pieces that we're going to tag in the YouTube video after this goes live, please don't be offended by the comments we made. It truly is just trying to help you improve yourself and give you our real thoughts about a live reaction to watching your content. I think we're going to have to reach out to a few of the ones that we watched today. I really like a few of them.
Do you know when they're going to do the next stage, the top 20 or top 10? Or
no, I've not got a date set in mind. If I hear any more about that in the next week, we'll definitely let you know. So hopefully by next Tuesday, I'll be able to give you a date of the top 10 or something like that. But yeah, what we might do next week, as I said, Kavan's going to come on the show. So it might be on the Tuesday, or it might be on a Wednesday, or it may even be on a Thursday, depending on his schedule. We'll just see how it goes and let you guys know. So undetermined date on that. We know Paul will be on holiday, so I'll be soloing the show and trying to keep you guys all entertained whilst launching the clips and everything. But Kavan's great, you know. He's such an easy guest to have, and that's why it's so easy to say yes to him coming back on the show. It's so awesome. He wants to come back on the show so recently after being on the show. So really happy to see that, honestly. Paul has just put up the new website, and there you can see all of the future things that we've got going on, the regular show, the creator sessions on a Wednesday, also where to submit all of your pieces and stuff like that. We had a request via our LinkedIn DM about hosting other people's events on our website. So if you become like a partner of the AI Live show, potentially so, if we think that your event's going to bring value to our followers as well, we might well list your event in like friends of the show type thing on the website. So let us know if you're interested in that. If you organize events, I know Martin and others that are watching are event organizers as well. So let me know, guys, if that's something that you'd like. Yes, Kavan's new chapter just dropped, as Vanessa's saying. Yeah, that's it. That's why we're having him on next week. It's super exciting that he's crunching this stuff out, and we want to be the first in the world to ask him about how the hell he's doing it, because it's unbelievable. He's a machine. I told him. How you're able to get 28 minutes of content since he's been on the show last time is truly unbelievable, honestly. So yeah. Exciting. And no, John, he's not using a team. We found out, he very much does these solo. He does do some post-production help stuff, but really, because Chronicles of Bone is his baby, he finds it very hard to collaborate with anyone in the pre-production phase. So truly, it is just him machining it, like literally like 16 hours a day, however long it takes him. It's just unbelievable, really. Him and Uncanny Harry go into goblin mode, exactly. Harry says.
Exactly.
They have this unique goblin mode where they just can't talk to me now. I'm away. I've heard the same from Zach, by the way. Zach London, Gotham Goblin. I was like, how things been going? He's like, yeah, I'm working 16 hours a day on my film. I don't think realize anyone understands what this takes. I've been doing that every day since he's been on the show. 7 days a week, he said. No breaks. And he's a new dad like us, so I don't know how he's managing to convince his wife that 7 days a
very
week is
understanding wife.
something that's even sanity possible. But yeah, there we go. It's the times we're living in, guys.
Exactly.
It is the times we're living in.
And thanks everyone for the comments. We're glad that you enjoyed the show, but more importantly, thank you for turning up. If you're watching on YouTube, please us if you're not subscribed, or give us a like. It helps us in the algorithm as well.
Exactly, mate. You're so good at doing that, and I should say that more throughout the show. Cheers, Martin. I really appreciate it, mate. Yes, thank you, Daniela. Thank you to Paul as well. Yes, thanks everybody. And we saw Eric came in late. We saw Eric and Big Al this week.
Yeah, just Glenn. Just where's Glenn?
Yeah, we're missing Glenn. And a few of the other regulars that we used to have. We also know that you guys have been hella busy, people saying about films they're working on, Big Al's saying, getting invites to watch premieres and stuff. It's so cool to see everything that's going on, guys. We know how busy you guys are. So really appreciate you tuning in. As always, Mary, you're the best. Thank you for all your kind comments and your witty comments. And yes, we will be back next week, guys.
No, back tomorrow.
Oh, back tomorrow. What am I talking about? Back next week for the regular show. Probably, maybe, and even not with Cavan. Let's see. But yeah, back tomorrow. You're right, mate.
Brilliant.
All right,
thanks,
guys.
everyone. Take care.
There you go. Glenn and him are working on a project together, and they miss us. So
nice.
There you go.